She's calling back. We're going to try to give her a call again, and then she just added another phone number to the 13-year-old grandson who's possibly with the daughter. Step out with this.
2412.
Veteran crisis hotline's calling in, so they have a female veteran's off her medication. She's over at the safe haven. Detecting 12, take a check that one out.
6-1 bullet, 2-1 start, take your shots.
Officer still stands for time? No. Offender in custody? Anyone else close, wait to see what's up, let me know. First time out. 10-4. ET doesn't take pictures of is it domestic related? Phone number to the 13-year-old grandson who's possibly with the daughter. Step out with this.
2412.
Someone's calling in, so they have a female veteran's off her medication. She's over at the safe haven. Detecting 12, take the check that one out.
6-1 bullet, 2-1 start, take your shots.
Officer still stands for time? No. Offender in custody? Please step forward. Anyone else who wants to press on, let me know. Step on, 33.
Sweet. I'm going to supervise it.
There we go. What's up, everybody? Thank you for hopping in. I know it's an early show. We haven't done an early show for a while, but I've been up early as hell and kind of going over some stuff, and I was like, what is this in here? Let me make this a little smaller so everybody
a little better.
What's up, buddy? Look at what's behind us.
Not even plugged in.
Oh, okay. Can you all see it? Do you see what it says?
There we go. Spirit Talker?
Yeah. Now look, man. We've even talked about ghost hunting shit last summer, kind of discussing it a little bit. I love it. I love ghost hunting. I love doing all that stuff, right?
The right environment, absolutely.
Right. I don't know. Doesn't this make it seem to you like maybe some people are unfortunately searching for him like he's passed already?
Absolutely. In my opinion, like the way some of the, I don't know what you call the people, but they communicate with the people that are no longer here.
Yeah.
And then they set up, man, I can't even speak on it because I don't know. I just, people that speak to spirits or people that have passed to try to figure out where they're at, or like something like that.
Yeah, but when it comes to the search for Sebastian Rogers, listen, I don't know how many times I've said it. After our searches were done in May, that part of those searches on that drive back, I'm like, it's got to be an abduction.
Yeah, you've been saying that since like day one. Well, not since day one, but a long time ago.
I mean, does a certain percentage of me think he's passed? Of course, you have to be realistic. But damn, man, when this is coming from the PF search team, because this was right where they were talking about the drains and the mud, you know, that was in them and stuff. That's one of the things that I've documented over time since we showed up in March all the way up until just a couple months ago. I've documented in time what those pipes have looked like because it's always been a concern. That's why the manhole theory even came about last summer. So this is where they were at. They were at the grave site, the cemetery right by the retention pond. They were walking around the construction area, that stuff over there, in between, you know, that general area. And so when I seen this, I was like, oh my gosh, it concerned me a little bit because, listen, if you believe in it, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I don't want you to tell me how to live mine. So you believe what you want, you know? But at the same time, I can see if it was like some independent, you know,
yeah, saying, hey,
wasn't out there with the family or something. You see the YouTube shows, people, lighting candles in the background, all this other stuff, you know what I mean? Whatever. But when you're out there searching, and you're out there with the family or some of the family, and this is part of your search. I'm like, dang, man. I'm holding out hope that he's not passed. And anytime that we're out there either doing work or doing searches, we're searching not that he's passed,
Right.
but that we might come across something or a direction or a sign or something that's going to lead us to where he is. And so when you look at the other depth perception of what you see on the surface, it's like they're already approaching it like he's gone, calling out for his spirit. And not only that, but you're using a phone app.
Oh man. Okay. I can't.
It's a phone app, bro.
I can't mix. Okay, so obviously they have the what are those counters? I don't know what they're called.
There was other equipment out there. I'm going to show you.
Like the detectors of a ghost hunter for a spirit.
Oh yeah, it was talking. It was talking, but it was country music stations cutting in and out from all over the place, man.
I don't want to make anyone disbelieve something, but I'm a person that just comes from grid searches and facts. I hate to say it that way.
Yeah, that's all you can go off of, bro.
And if someone has a feeling or intuition, I'll try to proceed a little bit down that avenue, depending on what their gut instinct is telling them. But when it comes to, man, what are those things called that says there's a spirit here? Not the not the phone app, but the detector,
the meter thing.
Yeah, okay, I can dig that. If that works, that works. But I can't do the phone technology if something that coming from an IT background, like networking, just a basic knowing how computers work. I can't believe anything an app is going to be telling me. I'm sorry.
Not on an app. Listen, I mean, I'm going to show you little parts of it where you can see it's like, but I'm hearing country music stations. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, hey, they're looking for Sebastian's spirit.
And certain people are there in this search.
Yeah. And it's like,
I mean, if that's their thing, but
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Whatever. People could go out there all the time. Go out there with your Pokemon app. Go out there with your Spirit Talker app. Whatever. That's whatever floats your boat. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. What I'm saying is the lower depth perception of what is being shown. This is a member of the PF's search team that is out there searching for Sebastian's spirit like he's gone. And that's what's concerning, because it's like, that's why I said, yes, of course, you got to be realistic. Is there a small percentage or a percentage that he's
probabilities
gone? Of course. But dang.
Well, I don't know.
I
know the areas that have been cleared. So if you're doing that, I don't know. I can't go down that avenue.
Basically, they're searching like he's gone.
Right.
They were searching in the cemetery next to the retention pond, by the retention pond. It was
if there were signs, right? Like you said a minute ago, that is the case, and that's how you search. I can't promote it, but I don't know how to explain that. But
here's the bottom line.
I can't get on board with that, is what I'm trying to say.
Here's the bottom line. The PF's search team, or one of them, or whatever, the one that PFs were searching with,
right,
at this period in time, was searching for Sebastian's spirit like he's gone. look at the difference. Look at the difference between us.
Yeah,
Are
I
we
can't dig.
are we searching for a spirit? Are we even searching like he's passed?
So in the beginning,
Small percentage, yes.
and from my perspective, from being a diver, we're like, okay, let's hit these areas, let's do a grid search, let's hit the waterways, make sure that's not what happened. You start ruling stuff out, and then you figure out real quick, well, he's not there at all, and then there's no signs there's no signs that's what happened. So I'm like, I can't say that. Like, the biggest part of me, like, I think he's still out there. I think
Yeah.
whatever it is, whatever the case is, some has him, and I think he's alive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I can't say that 100%, but I feel that he's alive.
That's
and
why
I-
I said
And I
we
know
have
he's
to
not.
look at it realistic.
In the areas that we searched, I know 150% he's not there,
Right. That's
which
why
makes me feel like he's alive, and that's why we're not finding him,
right.
or
That's
anyone else
why
for
in
that matter.
That's why in May I was like, on my drive back, it's got to be abduction. There's no signs whatsoever.
Going back to the people watch, lurk, and figure out your daily routine, like there's that, and then there's people that pounce on motive, just opportunity. So, like, I know, like, my neighbors know, when I'm coming and going. I know when my neighbors are coming and going. I don't know. I'm not gonna go down that avenue too far. It's for a whole other conversation. But
Yeah, but you don't think that you're not searching like he's gone, right?
correct, not anymore. At first, when I was ruling that out,
Even after we've been out there after that, dug into stuff, even after that, even today, I still feel like he was abducted and he's being held somewhere, right?
I
You
think
got to
somebody-
hold out hope. You got to hold out
have
hope,
to.
right? Right. So
Until
if
you find
there's no
something that-
signs,
right until you find a sign
Right.
that says otherwise.
so if there's no signs whatsoever, there hasn't been any signs whatsoever. We don't even know the direction that he left the damn house. We don't
Correct.
even know.
100%. That's the sad part. One of the saddest parts. But
So why are you looking for his spirit?
I'm not an expert on that. But I would,
But why would you be looking for his spirit?
in my opinion, if I know
I'm
something-
asking
if
you.
in my opinion, if just out in left field, if I already knew the answer to something, or if that's what I thought, but
But what is this going to accomplish? You think you can take Spirit Talker to law enforcement?
no,
You think you can?
they can't go off.
You think you can take a transcript or a recording of a voice box,
No,
spirit box?
they would probably listen to you talk and let you proceed with what you have, and then that would be it. Like, but they're not gonna take you as a liable source.
All right. So now think about it like this. Look at Seth, right?
Correct.
Okay. Look at any of these parents. Let's go back to Riley Strain. We were out there doing stuff for Riley Strain. Was Riley Strain's parents approaching it like he was gone?
No,
No, they weren't.
his mom was on the news, and
Homeless
Help-
camps. We
help
were
me
looking
find-
in homeless camps. You were out there on the water. We didn't know each other then. Kind of interesting, though. We were both
Yeah.
down there. You were out on the water. We were going through homeless camps. We were going through the riverbanks. We were doing all that stuff. Kind of cool. I kind of wish we knew each other back then. Kind of interesting, though. We were there at the same time. But this is my point. Seth, any of these other parents, Natalie Holloway's mom. I mean, you can sit there and go through all of these people that have missing loved ones, and are they approaching it like they're gone past already, looking for their spirit?
not until after they know for a fact, and then they're completely devastated. And it's usually after they've been found. But until then, they hold out all hope. Like, even whenever there's like, hey, we found this, it's like, well, you know what I mean? I don't want to say denial, but people are going to be wanting their baby to be alive. I mean, that's just boils down to it.
A spirit guide helps them in the search? Really? Whose spirit are they going to be talking to about Sebastian?
You can tell from just not to go back from Riley Strand, but I could tell, and a box of rocks in my brain. But I'm just saying I'm the dumbest box of rocks when it comes to things. But Riley Strand's mama was on the news saying, "Help me find my baby," and I was like, "Damn, we're going." Like that's all I needed to see. And then even after he was found, it's like you could tell that's when that part of it set in. Like it was real that he was no longer here. Like there was the cry for help and the devastation that she didn't know where her baby was. But then after he was found, it is a whole another set of emotions. Like that's when reality, set in, as far as what I could tell. But so I don't understand why they're out there taking this approach.
It's a phone app, y'all.
Oh man, yeah,
it's It's a phone app. I didn't say anybody said that they were gone. I said you got to look below the surface. When part of your search team is searching for Sebastian's spirit, I mean, you don't have to. You don't
right
literally
there.
have to. You got the
Spirit
equation
talker.
and the freaking answer right there. The equation is Spirit Talker app in a spirit box. Okay. 2 + 2, the equation is 4. What's the equation equal? It equals you're looking for dude's spirit. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Come on. You it says it without saying it. That's why I'm saying when I seen this on this video and then I was like, what the heck?
I've not seen the video, so
I was just like,
if I would have seen it, I'd have been like, "This is madness." From seeing this part,
dude.
Right
coming from we were out there before Mr. Dolly was out there throwing up a drone, pissing all the neighbors off in the beginning. We were out there way before that dude. We were out there way in the freaking beginning. We were out there doing stuff for Riley, and then we went from Riley up to Hendersonville right after that. And I'm sorry when I come across this, being as somebody that has done a lot of damn searching, and you too. That's why I wanted you to, if you wanted to come on for this show, because it's like when I seen this, I was like, this is concerning, because this is telling me that they're looking for dude's spirit, and I don't understand why, because I'm going back through not only how I feel, how anybody out there that's feeling. You're not searching for bones, you're searching for a sign, for some kind of direction. And when you're going out to the retention pond, the cemetery, in that area that's already been searched, I don't know how many times. If something shows up there, then it obviously was brought back.
That's what I was.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
100%. You know what I mean?
If something is found in I didn't even give people ideas, but if something is found in that zone, yeah, then it was brought back, just like you said.
Yeah. So when you're out there, I don't know. I was just like, dang, people are thinking he's passed already, and I don't understand it.
Well, this app is, in my opinion, madness.
Well, it's a phone app. Is it like it's a phone app, bro?
Well, and I'll just say something. People need to stop the madness when it comes to certain things.
Do you think it's really? What do you think it's gonna? It's a phone app.
If you want to search and have a practical approach at things, hell yeah. But if you're communicating with someone's spirit, at least that's what you think, with 2024 technology off of a phone app, then you're crazier than me. I don't know.
It's a phone app. It's a phone app. Entertainment.
Yeah. I guarantee you there's a disclaimer somewhere. I would hope. Spirit Talker.
I don't know. I mean, and this isn't the only thing. The dude's sitting there doing shows about spirit boxing and shit, and I'm just like, what the heck? I'm surprised one of his team members didn't scream at him for showing their plate on his freaking video.
Yeah.
It's like, do you even know what you're doing, man? You may have a bunch of fancy equipment, but do you even know what you're doing, bro? It's like Silver poking bags with a freaking shovel.
You know,
if you remember that search, he was searching for Sebastian, and he came across a black trash bag and didn't know what it was, picked it up, dropped it, and then started jamming it with a shovel, stabbing it with a shovel. And I'm just like, dude, what if that was his remains? And you're stabbing it with a shovel, bro. What are you doing out there searching? If you don't know what you're doing, what are you doing out there? Because you're just going to hinder an investigation. You're not going to help. You're going to hinder.
I dodged a bullet with 1, 2, 3 times now with 3 different people. That's all I'll say. Thinking, you know what? We can all join together, and we can all search together, and we can all put our differences together. Well, in my opinion, when some people are ignorant or arrogant about certain things,
oh yeah,
I can't work with them. Even if I think I'm doing the right thing, I'm not. Because if I offer my resources to help somebody and then they mess something up, this is like if it leads to that, and I'm there and I help them, then I'm on the same boat as them.
Right.
So
yeah, that's why we keep our circles small, because we know, I know that we're about the same shit when we're out there searching. I know that I don't got to worry about. Number one,
happening.
we're both aware.
Yep,
we're both aware as hell, and it's that dual type, and that comes in handy. Yeah, there's people out there. It's like, because then what if that you have to think about it. What if that was because he didn't know? He didn't even know it was a bag of shoes, but he didn't know. And he starts doing all this, poking it and jabbing it, and I'm just like, every time I see that shovel hit that bag, I'm like, oh my gosh. Because what if then you just hindered an investigation? You just created reasonable doubt with whatever injury, and it could have been anybody. What if it was another child or another victim, right?
I forgot what that's called, but that's also, you can go to prison for that.
Well, it's like the lawyer could be like, how do you know that this injury wasn't, or this whatever wasn't created when this person was jamming it with a shovel?
Good luck. Within a reasonable doubt, or without a reasonable doubt, that wasn't caused from this person doing so.
And then the victim doesn't get justice.
Because all you got to do is put doubt in the jury's minds, and that's it.
And the victim doesn't get the full justice. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it's like, okay, look, I know people want to help. Just like this, I know people want to help. But damn, like, you know how many people are going to come across this and be like, just like I was. It hit me right here in the soul. I care about Sebastian. I care about trying to find him. I care where he's at. I care all that. And I have. That's why I've continued. After all the BS and the drama and the hate, I still continue to fight to try and help find him in any way that I can. And when I see this, I know there's going to be a lot of people that see this and go, oh my gosh.
And there's going to be some people that don't get it.
No, because they're looking at the surface. They're seeing what's on the surface, not what's below, because when you look at it below, it's like you're trying to speak to the people that have passed, to try and, or even Sebastian's spirit itself. That says a lot to me, because again, I look back and I look at all these other people that have missing loved ones, and none of them, even like the best example, Natalie Holloway, her mom, for how many years sat there and was like, she's got to be so.
She come
You
home
know?
any minute, or just think of the person going to show up. You're not going to give up unless I know the answer to something. That's just my opinion.
So, and when they're out there, you're signing off on this. The dude's part of your team, part of your inner team.
You know, another thing, I'm not trying to like act like I understand this, but I've met people that believe in talking to other, like, whatever, different spirits or a connection. And they don't use a phone app. I don't know. Unless it, I don't even know who's holding the phone, but
You know,
I'm sure I do. Unless it's for show. That's
it's
just,
it's the dude's own video, Krabby, and he's out there showing people's license plates and shit, and I'm just like, damn, dude. And it reminded me of like Silver poking with the shovel, and I'm just like, what are these people doing out here, man? I'm surprised. I'm surprised nobody was like, bro, you need to clip that fucking shit out of your video.
Hopes and dreams, and I don't even want to say clickbait, but just putting on a show, in my opinion. Which is bullshit. Anyway, I can't talk because this is your channel, man.
People can put on a show. I'm not worried. Whatever they want to do is whatever they want to do. What I'm saying is when I see this, it's telling me that not only, because listen,
people are on board with
it. Dude could have been like, don't put it on camera. You know, if you want to do it, go ahead and do it. But we're out here together. I don't want you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like if it was you and you had people out there searching for your child, you're gonna be like, look, I don't want people to think that I think that my child is gone. All right. So if you want to do that, do it, whatever, because practice what whatever. But and when they're part of your inner search team, they're out there with you. Okay? They're out there with you and you're looking for spirits. To me, that's like, whoa, these parents are co-signing on one of their inner search team members looking for the spirit of Sebastian, which tells me that they're okay with it being on video or whatever, being promoted. To me, that's like, yeah, okay, well, we think he's gone. We're searching right by the house, looking for spirits. How many searches have taken place there? Like I said, if something comes up, somebody brought something back. So they're not really out there looking for a piece of clothing or whatever, right?
Right.
Physical evidence. They're out there looking for something else. And if a parent is co-signing off like, yeah, we're doing a search like he is gone. Yo, man, that's why I saw it. And I was like, I got to do a show this morning. I can't wait and talk about this tonight. I got to talk about this morning because this is concerning to me. I think about that's the under the surface. People can look at it on the surface. Oh, what's the big deal? It's a nap. No, listen, I don't give a shit.
Someone's alive.
You go under the surface. This is a parent or family with the inner team co-signing, yo, look for it like a spirit. Look for a spirit. That, I'm like, yo, I see all these other parents out here. Hey, he's still out there. She's still out there. We're still fighting. Gotta be somewhere. Billboards everywhere. Ba 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 ba. Until you come across, oh my gosh, there's a boot.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh, there's a
sock.
Oh my gosh, there's a hat.
And
like there's something.
And at this point, anyway, I'm not gonna go down that avenue, but yeah.
It's crazy, man. So yeah, that's why I was like, oh my gosh. So if they're, I don't know. I mean, you guys can go watch it yourself. You know, um, it's like if you're just joining, you got to go to the beginning of the show because that's why I said anytime that I do a conversation, I'm gonna give you the foundation first of where I'm coming from. I'm gonna give you examples, sometimes even my own life examples. I'm gonna give you to tell you where I'm coming from. That's why I said, listen, if you're about this, I'm not here to tell you how to live, just like I don't want you to tell me how to live.
Right.
But I'm looking at the deeper message. I'm looking at it like these parents. This is not some independent person out there doing their own thing. This is somebody out there with the frickin' family, and they're looking for a spirit.
They're signed off on it. Then, in my opinion,
To me, that's like, oh my gosh, they think he's gone. Because if I had people out there looking for my missing child, okay, I'm not looking for like she's gone. I'm looking for like she's somewhere, right?
exactly.
Now, if I have somebody out there that's part of my inner team that wants to look for her spirit, first of all, it's gonna hurt me. All right, it's gonna hurt my heart. It really is, because I'm gonna be like, damn. Like,
Yeah.
even if it's realistic, like I said, you have to look at it realistically. Even if it's realistic, it's gonna hurt my heart because it's gonna be like, damn, one of my own inner team thinks that it's on a spiritual avenue now, right? That's gonna hurt me, number one. And number two, I'm gonna be like, because I don't feel that way, I'm gonna be like, hey, listen, do it over here. You know what I mean? Hey, do your thing. Do your thing. Just don't put it on. Especially when we're out there together. Just don't put it out there. Do your own thing, you know, whatever. Just cut that, you know.
I tell you,
Slice that out.
I need your help. Thank you for your help. You can use it, but I don't want to know you're using it. And please, whatever you do, don't make it public, because that's not how I feel. But I do need your help. Like, I'm not going to turn down help.
Right. Yeah. Like, do your thing. That's why I said.
But for due to like,
you practice
I can't know
Buddha,
about it.
Jesus, whatever, you know, Cheetos. I don't. Hey, that's your thing.
Yeah.
That's your thing. It ain't me. But it's like right here, 100% will crush anyone with real intentions. And stepdad stood around. I'm like, that's concerning, bro. I've always been one that, listen, I've had both sides of the family, you know.
Well, I know that.
Which I don't understand, because I'm out there giving 150. I don't understand it. It is what it is. It hasn't stopped me from doing what I'm doing. But yeah, both sides of the family. But, dude, this is like, I don't take sides. I'm all theories, thoughts, and opinions, and I redact what don't make sense. But this right here, it's like, it's concerning. It's concerning because it's like, dang, man.
I would like to know whose idea it was.
It's dudes, because
Like,
he does shows like that. He does shows at his desk where, you know, he's like I said, there's plenty of YouTube channels out there. I'm not out there to knock anybody or not, because that's not what it's about. I'm not even knocking dude for doing it. Do your thing, bro. Like, if that's what you do, do your thing. I'm not even knocking.
I don't care.
I'm not even knocking the Spirit Talker app. I'm not even knocking nothing. I'm just concerned that one of the family members, inner team, search team,
I mean, I'll knock
is looking for a spirit, man. That's where I'm like, ooh.
I'll knock it because they're using it to try to talk to Sebastian's spirit, and I think it's absolute madness, and that's just my opinion.
Hey, it's even worse. There's like reaction shows. I mean, you're using somebody else's content to then react. So that's even lower than the Spirit Talker app. I'm not even knocking it. Just like I don't, you know, some of those people that do those shows are funny as hell. That's cool, you know.
I mean, if you want to go out and Civil War type stuff or something, I can get on board with that. But I can't, for an ongoing search for a missing
spirit.
I can't do it.
Looking for his spirit.
I don't know.
So then I'm like, when I seen this, I put myself, like I always do, I put myself in the same position. I try and put myself not only in the person that offends, but the person that it gets committed on. So I can have both perspectives, no matter where I'm at or what case I'm looking at. I'm always looking at it from this side and this side. And when I'm seeing this, it's just like I put myself in that position. I'm like, I don't know how I could sign off on that if I really didn't think that he was gone or she. And then I put myself out in the woods with somebody doing that, and me, just like I told you, I'd be like, hey, do this, but hey, whatever, right? That's what I would do when I'd be out on and then I started to think, okay, now how many other parents of missing loved ones were looking for their loved one like they were passed away in a capacity where they're out there with this kind of equipment? That's when I was like, okay, I'm not coming to any of those people that had missing loved ones that were out there looking for their loved one like they were passed away. And that's when I was like, okay, this is concerning to me now. Because not only I put myself in the woods, I'm putting myself, I'm looking at all these different situations and stuff, and then I'm adding that to it, and I'm like, okay, this is concerning. This is concerning, because then that means that, as far as I know, now I'm not going to say that there isn't a person out there that wasn't looking for their loved one like they were passed away, but I'm sorry, I can't freaking remember any, bro.
I don't
I'm
remember
not saying
any.
there isn't, but I can't remember any. And so it's like, okay, this is concerning, because where have we seen this? Hope you all had a Merry Christmas too. Thank you, Top Hat. Everybody else as well. Thank you for hopping in. Please hit the like if you haven't. I'm just like I said, do your thing, but man, this is concerning to me when there's the only parents or parent that I know of that is out or has looked for their loved one like they're passed. So then you got Deception Detective. Deception Detective is going to be doing a show on the interview that CP was on with ET just a couple days ago. So Deception Detective is going to get into that interview and break it down, which, if you guys know Deception Detective, Behavioral Panel, all those shows, they break down the words and the emphasis and all those key features, and they wanted to do a show about it, and they're going to be doing a show about it. And then you mix that with this right here, and I'm just like, what are we, what is going on, man? Like I missed a week last week, and a whole bunch of stuff just was like, what the hell?
Oh, it just keeps on coming.
What the hell?
I don't even know how to word this, but if certain individuals are searching, and like you said, if he is found or were to be found in an area that has been searched heavily, anyway, you just put yourself in there as someone to look at. I don't know.
It's just, it's crazy.
I would just say, whenever you do find someone under weird circumstances, if you do find somebody under circumstances that you find aren't that weird, you think it was an accident or something like that, the police are going to ask you the same questions with different questions 5 different ways, and they will attempt, in my experience, put it on you depending on where you're at in the world or in the country. So if it's not cut and dry, good luck with your Spirit app, especially when you align yourself with certain people.
Yeah, the Spirit app. it's what it that to me. That's whatever. I'm just like, man, one of the parents is okay with looking
What's what I'm getting at?
looking
If that parent's okay with it, and then they were to magically
for a
find
spirit.
anyone, like, I don't know, it just wouldn't look good. Is all I'm saying.
Why would they be looking for him like he's gone? Or why would they sign off on looking for him like he's gone?
I mean, if I have the answer to something, that's sometimes that comes out, but
That's where I'm coming from. That's what became concerning. I was like, why is a parent signing off on looking for him like he's gone? You know, they want to talk about this dog hit. I've been saying for the longest there ain't no dog hit. The guy told you there was no dog hit. You got people, neighbors, you can hear it on the dispatch. You got neighbors running around with the frickin' dog handlers. The dog was probably going into a anxiety attack and jumped in the frickin' water, man. Like he spazzed out. I mean, come on, think about it, bro. If you're out there with canines, I know you've been out there with canines,
a lot.
right? You're out there with canines. You don't have people nowhere near that damn canine, bro. Especially if you're trying to look for a scent, you're not allowing people to walk all over the place. You're not allowed to have people right next to you. You're not
usually,
you know.
Like at the dog handlers I've been with, it's usually like, all right. Usually they take the fastest, skinniest person, and they'll be like, hey, you can come with me. And then you stay back from the handler.
50, 60 away.
So if they need something, they got extra set of hands, but you're not, you're not in any way in front of the dog ever. And if the dog turns around, you just stop. And you're like, just do this. I've been told to just be like, stop, let the dog do its thing. Don't, and then just move on. But usually, like even in training and stuff, people will stay at like if we're at a pavilion or something and someone goes and lays a 2-mile track, we'll hang out, let the dog get the scent article, and then usually it's the handler and one other person if they want anybody to be there. But yeah.
You got minimum 50 to 60 back. Minimum. And when you got people, you even had on like dispatch, they're talking like, yeah, the neighbors, so there's so many people running around, this and that. They were allowing it to happen. They didn't close it off. They were allowing these people to search right next to these dog handlers. That's why I think the dog jumped in the frickin' water, and I think the dude played it off like it was a hit so he wouldn't get in trouble. Because you know how much trouble you would get into if you were out there as a handler, sitting there trying to look for a scent, and your dog jumped in the damn pond on accident because you weren't.
I will say something kind of screwy, but try to word it the right way, but yeah, I can't even put that into words for you two. But typically, if I'm home right now, like I'm at home, I've been in the kitchen, I messed with my dog, went to the truck once to get one of my fins, came back, yada yada. I'm cross-tracked all up over the house. If a dog came up to, and if I walked out of the door, most dogs will scent off the most recent scent, but there's other dogs that will literally be like, oh man, he's here, or he was here. And they'll go everywhere I went in the same direction that I went and then go. But smarter dogs that scent off the strongest.
I'm not saying it's the dog, though. I'm saying it's the handler.
Yeah.
Because the handler should have told people.
They should have shut down the scene.
Well, they should have. Well, I mean, let's be honest. In dispatch, you had people showing up, not knowing his name, not knowing what he looked like, showing up, and then starting to search. Didn't even know what he looked like. Anybody got a picture?
Yeah.
So then you got a whole bunch of people out there, neighbors, like, shout out to them. Listen, I'd want to help too. But at the same time, you have to respect what you're trying to do. Okay, hey, listen, we know you want to help. Do us a favor. You can help over here, over right here. We're going to need this closed off. The whole street they could have closed off and left that whole construction area. You know what I mean? Because they were out there running around a lot in that construction area.
There's
Okay.
footprints everywhere.
All over. They were going through that construction area, up above, over to the side. They could have literally closed it off at that road or the backyards, whatever. Let the dogs do their thing. But no, there's people out there. And that's why I'm saying, because you heard the head dude, Ken, tell you that there was no hits of Sebastian. No trails of Sebastian. That's the leader he's the one with the big map, and he's organizing it, and he's the one to answer at the top. And he's telling you there was no leads. And so when it comes to that dog jumping in the water, I could see somebody going, yeah, there was, yeah.
Yeah, and it paints a whole different narrative.
And it wasn't even, obviously it wasn't Sebastian's, because if it was, don't you think, listen, do you think a law enforcement is going to want to not admit that there was a trail? Or do you think that they would want to admit that there's a trail, because doesn't one show you a stronger investigation than the other? You would, listen, if there was a trail, you would want to admit that there was a trail, because it shows a stronger investigation. It shows a reason for the retention pond. It shows a reason for this direction and all this other stuff. But you got the head guy telling you there was no trail of Sebastian.
That's what I was trying to get at with if I coming
so
back
he
to my
didn't
house.
Jump in because of Sebastian's scent. He jumped in because I think there was an anxiety, because when that dog has to be ultra focused, that's why you can't have distractions. That canine's got to be so ultra focused on the senses and all of that around them to try and, they got to be ultra focused. You got chaos going all over the place when they're supposed to have ultra focus and calm. No wonder the dog jumped in the frickin' water, bro.
I'm gonna say dogs are like kids, like 100%. Whenever you're working them and training them, they're just like kids.
Probably had anxiety. The puppy.
I'll guarantee you.
Because was in ultra focus mode. Think about us, bro. Think about us. If we're out there, we're just human. We're out there and we have to be ultra focused. Imagine if we had all this freaking chaos going on all over, left and right and front and behind, while we're out there trying to be super focused. It's going to throw our anxiety sky high. You know what I mean? I can imagine.
I wouldn't be able to think.
Puppy. No, you couldn't focus. It would drive you nuts, because all of a sudden you got this mind that's like having to focus on all these different things, ultra, and it's like it's an overload. It's a mental overload, and I could see that being a mental overload for the dog. And so with the whole, I know like you had a conversation with CP back then in April.
Oh, yeah.
And he was talking about, and we heard him talking about it. We went and revisited the Nancy Grace episode on the last live that we did. And as we were watching that, he was talking about, oh yeah, him and Katie. Oh yeah, the dog hits, and they, this and this. And I'm sitting there going, okay, I know this is a long ass time ago, but then I'm sitting there revisiting this stuff in my head from the last live, and then with the conversation that you had, how many did he say the same thing?
7 dogs, 6 dogs, bloodhound, coonhound, German shepherd, Malinois, yada yada. For certain things, from you would want there to be a track if certain things were coming to play. I think you froze up. Yeah, you definitely froze up. Or I did. Might be me.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I think my microphone quit working and then it booted me out of StreamYard. I don't know. I think my microphone's I don't know, maybe it's going out now. I've had it for a couple years now. So yeah, when you don't have a microphone, for some reason StreamYard goes all haywire there. Sorry about that. Damn, it cut out as you were starting to.
I know. I was thinking of the conversation that we had and how. Anyway, you were trying to. Anyway, I would just say I got a lot of crap for that video, and I wasn't going to release it and all that stuff. But I wanted.
Why'd you get crap for it?
Oh, if you no one ever helped tell you anything again. No one ever helped. Yada yada yada. Like you're wanting to paint the parents as bad. All this stuff. And I was like, for one, I was like, okay, I'm recording this just in case he says something that I'm like, that was weird, just because so I could play it back and listen to it over and over and figure out the tone that that I felt. And everybody's like, you're act like you're. And other people were saying like you act like you're best friends with them and all this stuff. And I'm like, you ever like figured like want to get information from somebody, and you're just not being two-faced. You just you're not agreeing or disagreeing. That you're just saying, just give me the information, being nice. It's like kind of like we're fishing buddies.
Yeah.
That's just an angle you got to play sometimes. You know what I'm trying to say? Like if someone's wanting to give you information, let them talk, and guess what? Most of the times they will tell you their life story.
Oh yeah.
So that's all I wanted was to just maybe get a direction of where we should search, and then it was like, I mean, he did break it down. Where the dogs tracked, the bloodhound, and I'm like, well, the bloodhound was probably the better dog because it is known that bloodhounds have the strongest nose, right? And I was like, they probably, were on the most accurate track, is what I said. And just because I said something doesn't mean that those were my views or opinions. I'm just feeding it on. I'm
somebody searching.
Yeah, but I was just feeding it on. Like I'm gonna play into whatever you're telling me just to see if you change your approach or whatever it is you're going to tell me. I'm going to accept it. Doesn't mean I agree with you, and take it from there just to try to figure out if someone's lying or telling the truth based off of, what I get. Yeah. What I get out of it. But that's why whenever there was the information that came out that said the dogs didn't track and they was all over the place. So the dogs did not track. But if you if you really needed the dogs to have tracked, you would paint that narrative, in my opinion. Like you would make sure that that's the narrative that got out, is that the dogs did hit.
Well, he was. I don't know why my camera's not showing up. This is weird. Um, well, he was out there with law enforcement riding around, and they were searching, and so it could have been, it could have been something that he was told when it
Well,
comes,
I guarantee you they probably told him like the dogs did this, this, and this, and yeah, they probably tracked on something. But as far as what the EMA guy was saying, it wasn't Sebastian.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah, he said there was no trails. But this was let me see. This was just so when that conversation with him took place with you, that was probably because Ken came out and said that on March 26th. On March 26th, I believe, is the date that Ken Widener had said that there were no dog trails for Sebastian. None. None of them were for Sebastian. So this conversation was what, April
Well,
4th?
that conversation, whenever I released that video, it would have been at least a couple weeks after.
Yeah.
I didn't release the video right away. Like I waited like probably a month or close to a month.
Yeah, no, the conversation took place like on
At the pond.
April 5th or something, right?
It'd be on one of our lives.
It was the first day we were there that we all met, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that day, April 5th. So, yeah, it was like a week and a half after Ken Widener had came out and said that there were no dog trails. So, when it came to that, with what he was saying, he was probably, probably just going off of what one of the law enforcement officers was telling him at the scene that morning. Like,
Yeah,
hey, we
which
we
makes
found the
sense.
dog trail, this and that.
And I had people in my ear saying, at the time that there wasn't a track, and then other people were saying, no, there's a track, you're wrong. I'm like, okay, I gotta approach this in a neutral position. There either was or there wasn't, so I'm gonna approach it from both, saying they're both right, and go from there. And then we searched and searched and searched, others have searched, and it's pretty clear there wasn't a track, or else they would have found them, in my opinion. And if there was a track, it would have came to a point to where, yeah, that typically the only reason the track stops is if someone gets in a vehicle, if that makes any sense. Like if you're going and going and going, all of a sudden you're up to a roadway or something, and then it stops, it's because they got in a vehicle. But again, it's been proven that there was no tracks.
Mm-hmm.
So, and here we are 10 months later.
Yeah, so that's why I think the dog jumped into the waters because of anxiety, all the stuff going on. With people being able to search in the neighborhood around the canines. And so with the whole, yeah, but he jumped in the pond. Yeah, I just think the dog jumped in the pond because
Well, he was the only dog
there
to
was
jump in the pond.
too much chaos going on. Yeah, but there's just too much chaos going on. That's why I think he jumped in. Otherwise, law enforcement would admit to a trail because it boosts their.
Oh yeah, but exactly. It'd be like, well, we do have this, and this is where it'll lead to, and this is what we gathered. It would make them look better if there was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me see here. So I wanted to share this. This is from At Night. So let me switch this up. I'm not sure why my camera isn't working. I don't know. Maybe StreamYard had an update and I have to like reset it or something. Let me move us over here real quick. Let's see. All right. So this was from today. Dog the Bounty Hunter and Partners address CP's false claims. Sumner County, Tennessee. Dog the Bounty Hunter and his partners are addressing how do you even pronounce that? Demonstrably false statements made by Christopher Proudfoot's stepfather and missing Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers during a recent public appearance on a YouTube panel discussion.
I think it's demonstrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't know how to pronounce that word. Demonstrably.
It's
On a
just typo.
YouTube. Yeah, I know. On a YouTube panel discussion, Mr. Proudfoot falsely claimed that Dog the Bounty Hunter and his team never attempted to contact him regarding efforts to locate Sebastian. This statement is it is a real word, demonstrably false and contradicted by documented communications. I'm not a lawyer, so from Mr. Proudfoot and his wife, Katie, documented communication timeline. Deception Detective's going to break it down, I guess. September 8th, 2024 at night, and Dog the Bounty Hunter received a text message from Mrs. Katie Proudfoot's phone, which reads, any communication to myself or my husband should go through law enforcement. Contact them, not us. Based on anomalies in language and tone, it is probable that this message was sent by Mr. CP using KP's phone. September 9th, 2024, the following day, Dog's High-Risk Fugitive Task Force received a second formal text message from CP. Stated, Nick and Dog, the Bounty Hunters, High-Risk Fugitive Task Force, consider this your formal and only message from my wife Katie and myself. Do not, for any reason or any circumstances, contact us in any way again. If you need to contact us, you need to reach out to Sumner County Sheriff's Office or Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. Thank you for your time and attention to this matter. V/R Katie and Chris and Katie Proudfoot. Both texts demonstrate a deliberate attempt by Christopher and Katie to block direct communication from Dog the Bounty Hunter and his team. Number 3, additional communication. Dog and his partners also attempted contact through the group text messages involving Katie Proudfoot, Steve Fisher, and Christopher Proudfoot. These efforts were met with no cooperation or substantive engagement. Misleading public statements. Despite these documented communications, Mr. Proudfoot falsely claimed during a YouTube panel that Dog the Bounty Hunter had not reached out to him. This claim is both untrue and misleading, as Mr. Proudfoot explicitly instructed Dog and his team not to contact him or his wife directly. These false statements harm public trust, distract from the critical search for Sebastian, and misrepresent the facts. Dog the Bounty Hunter and his partners are urging Christopher Proudfoot to immediately stop making false and inaccurate public statements. These lies are not only absurd, but also harmful to public trust. In addition, Dog's team is exploring civil legal avenues to address any damage caused by these misrepresentations. And then I'll leave the telephone numbers up there. So
that language sounds familiar. It should sound familiar to you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, don't come near my neighborhood.
Yeah.
I remember reading that.
Yeah, it was a bullshit. That was one of the worst days out there, man, because I was like, dude, during that period in time, I was the only one out there, and it really, Pascal did that damn show, and
it was dirty, is what it was.
I was like, dude, why is this what you are? Like, is this what you do?
Sometimes things slip through the cracks.
like you put you add a target on somebody's back without even reaching out to me and finding out the facts.
Well, it's when you're
You
not,
know?
if you've not lived that life and boots on the ground and searched and been in different environments, it's easy to sit here online and say, "Huh, there's no threat, or there's no danger to you," because you don't care. Like, in my opinion, I mean, just
No, they were. I was the only one during that time period. I was the only one out there searching.
that's what
And with that message that was left that he was talking about on his show, he was promoting it like I was trespassing on people's property, bro. And you're talking about 10 of F and C. Okay?
yeah, you think it's a different, yeah.
When you're and then you get this and then there's somebody else on there. That's why I skipped through her shit the last live because I didn't want to hear from her because she was sitting there like, well, if he's trespassing, well, yeah, he shouldn't be out there. And it's like, what are you people doing?
I was like, that's not what's happening.
What are you people doing?
They've got, that's like what, 400,000 people combined.
So then some neighbor that's watching that damn show walks outside to go smoke a cigarette.
There he is.
Yeah, there he is.
Get him.
Trespasser.
Yeah,
He's a trespasser.
you ain't from around here. I know who you are. Exactly.
Kaboom,
That's all. Yep.
kaboom.
And that's all it would be.
That's
No-
when I was
no
like,
witnesses.
"Bro, is this what you are? Like, this is the kind of show you are, bro?"
Well, because for certain people, it's a show. They're not out there searching. They're not put in harm's way.
Thank God he fucking
Redacted
allowed
it,
me to
kinda.
come on. No, he didn't redact shit. He's like, well, I didn't mention your name. You don't have to say my name, bro, because I'm the only one out there right now. Like I said, somebody could be watching that episode, go out to have a cigarette. There's that damn trespasser.
Yep.
Boom.
And I know how that would be handled.
Especially there, dude. Come on.
They'd be like, yep, he's trespassing. That seems about right. And that's it. Case closed.
Cock and shit. And then what am I? No, I'm not. No, listen, that show it. No, it was all
Yeah,
wrong. It was
yeah.
you ain't got time. You ain't got time to answer. Here, let me explain it to you. And that's why I was like, you don't understand, dude. And I'm glad I got to call in and respond to it because it's like, yo, this is not even what I'm about. I'm out here by myself. You know what I mean? Like you're putting a message out there. One of your guests is doubling down. Like, well, he shouldn't be out there then.
Had nothing, didn't even know anything about it. That's what.
You know, she's on mainstream media and she's like, well, if he's out there trespassing, well, yeah, I 100% agree with what he was saying. He shouldn't be out there. What is he doing? It's like, do you all even know? Like, why you knew where it came from? Oh, I didn't mention your name. Well, you didn't have to, but you knew where it came from. Why didn't you reach out to me? Why didn't you say, hey, man, I'd
be like, hey, man, can I ask you something?
Yeah, are you trespassing? Like, why would he leave this on your video? Like, at least hear, even if you got off the phone and was like, that's bullshit. I don't give a fuck. At least you gave me an opportunity, and then you could really think logically about it. If you wanted to, you could have sent your people to go skim through my videos and see that it's not about trespassing. It's never been about that. It's never been about disrespecting people's property or not having permission or nothing never. In fact, I'm the one that isn't out there doing dumb shit like Dolly and motherfucking people throwing drones up in other people's neighborhoods when you don't even throw one up in your own because it's disrespectful. And he's out there pissing all these people off. I'm out there searching in the very beginning with all the fucking locals. And they're all sitting there telling me, can you believe that mother effer put a drone up in the damn name? And it's like, hey, that ain't me.
Yeah, it wasn't you.
I'm not doing stuff like that just to get clicks. I'm not doing stuff like that. I'm like, look, I document not only to capture time and also to be able to go through stuff because listen, I might not see everything. I don't have a billion eyes, all right? So yeah, I'm gonna go through old footage, see if maybe I missed something. See, oh hey, have it for documentation purposes as well. And it's not about, I'm not sitting there like uh making some Christmas special out of it or some shit either.
Boy.
Like
Yeah,
it's
I know.
so when I'm not even out there like that, that's why I don't get a lot of attention because I'm not putting myself out there like that. I'm not creating this dumb smoke shit for people to have to blow through just to be able to get to the facts and the footage. Let's just get to it. Let's get to the answer quicker. I'm not going to create all these different distractions for your mind that, people talk, oh, withholding evidence. Man, if you really thought about it, nobody was withholding anything. You're just twisting words for a click view, stuff like that. So when I'm being promoted and doubled down as somebody that trespasses, it's like, yo, come on, man. Let's do better than that. At least reach out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they should have reached out at the very least, been like, "Hey, man, can I get your side of the story to this before I run with it?"
Because this is different. Because look, where on my videos did I show that I was trespassing? Where did I show in my videos that I was trespassing? Where on any of my videos did I say, yeah, let's go do this, even though we don't have permission? There's plenty of times on my videos where I said, listen, that's not what we're about. That's not what we're about. Hey, CJ, construction area right behind 155 Enoch all the way back in frickin' March. Guess what? Construction area right there. CJ, you can get up to those woods through there. You should go up through there. Coming from the chat. And I'm even telling the chat, you can go to that live show when I was up around Enoch in March. Even that show, I was like, listen, I'm not, just because it's got an opening and it's a construction area doesn't mean that I have permission to go back there. I would need permission from the construction company.
Remember, we got permission from the foreman for the whole construction site.
Yeah, you get you get permission.
And then we started searching.
Always been about that way. I don't need to do all that. Listen, that's not what if I need to put on a top hat and run around with a cane and put on a show tune, this ain't for me. Okay?
No,
it ain't. I'll find another way to help people. I don't need to put on the tuxedo and the top hat and the cane and do show tunes.
A lot of times when you're truly helping people, you're not gonna get what the other people do with the circuit anyway, the circus.
But this is different. That's like right there. That's and this whole app. I'm just like, so I don't know. It just you see the posts from at night, regarding the conversation. Like I said, Deception Detective. I don't know when they plan on doing the show, but I know that they're gonna do a show on the interview that CP had on ET's channel. I thought about maybe going into the behavioral panel, did an episode on the PF's interview from the very beginning. I'm kind of like, okay, well, maybe should we check that out? You see that, you see the spirit stuff. Literally, you're out there, you're with that search team, you're signing off on it. To me, it's like, okay, you got, I didn't even watch the interview that he had on there. I haven't even listened to it yet, so I don't even know what he did say and what he didn't say and this and that. I'll have to check it out. The interview. But when I woke up early this morning, it was like 4:30 in the morning. I woke up and I'm seeing and I'm going through my prep, and then this kind of comes up on the home section, and I was like, what the hell is this? So then I start watching it a little bit, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like we're looking for his spirit now. And then I'm like, okay, well, I know from yesterday, I know that the family was out there with the same people, and I was like, there's the same people in this video. Holy hell. Are we thinking? And then, like I said, I went into the whole mental thing, like I put myself there. Then I thought about other family and parents throughout any of these cases that looked for their loved one like they were passed away. And that's when I was just like, oh my gosh. Then you see the post from at night from this morning, and it's like, okay, I didn't even hear that interview. So I'm looking at the post from at night, and I'm going, so I wonder, maybe I should listen to it, because maybe what else did he say?
Correct. Yeah.
Right? If that's just one, because at night's post was not about anything when it comes to the case. It was about what he stated about Dog himself and his team.
I didn't get to watch that interview.
So I didn't either.
I try to honestly tune out to most of them.
Yeah, I do too. Sometimes it's like nails on a chalkboard, you know.
Yeah,
So,
it's usually a lot.
yeah. But I don't know how long was. What's up, everybody? Thank you for hopping in. Appreciate you. What? Sorry, my camera's not working right now anymore. But how long was that interview? Does anybody know?
Busby would know.
How long was he talking? A lot of.
I should have it saved somewhere, but I don't.
Well, it's probably one of the dude's last lives. Yeah, I'll show the messages too. Yeah, let me show you guys. Here, hold on. I'll show you the messages. So right here, Sunday, September 9th. If you fear your husband and want to speak in private away from him, reply with the number 2 and delete the text. Then call this number when you are away from Christopher. We will be coming Tuesday to speak with him. Any communication to myself or my husband should go through law enforcement. Contact them, not us. That's nice. And then this one right here, there's a voicemail. 4 seconds. Then completed call. Then Nick, and then this was the message that they were referring to in that post. Right here. And so that's what they put out with that message. So when it comes to that post on Twitter, let me share the link to that again for you guys. right here. So here's the link to that on Twitter. Good morning, Samantha. That's, you mix that with the stuff that I started the show off with, with this stuff. And it's like, that's why I was like, man, I get up a week, last week I have a week and a half break. I come back from a week and a half break. I'm like, what is this person versus this person shows, the clickbait stuff. Hey, get this and that. And it's just like, what is this becoming, man? Like, what the hell is going on with this case on each side? And then the stuff from this morning. That's why, like, normally I wouldn't have been doing the show until later tonight, but when I woke up early this morning and I'm going through stuff, and then I'm seeing the posts from at night, and then I'm getting, going through my prep. I was going to discuss some other things too. And then I see this video after I'm done with my prep, and it pops up, and then I'm sitting there watching a little bit of it, and I was just like, what the heck, man? This is crazy. This is sad to me that people are out. Like I said, I'm realistic. You have to be. It's always going to be a percentage, but still,
you got to be realistic. And like certain things roam around the back of my head, but whenever you don't find anything, there's no findings at all that points in that direction. It's like, come on.
It is. It's very sad because that's why I was asking the question. Like,
it's like basically like, okay, I give up. Let's just go this route now because my faith is gone.
That would be my question. Like, what led you to look or have the spirit for this direction? Is that I mean.
It's a case that will be studied for years or decades.
The only person that's going to look for them like they're gone is somebody that knows that they're gone, right?
That's my opinion. If I already know the answer to something, I'm not going to waste my time.
It's just, man. It's just crazy. Smoke and mirrors. I don't know. Listen. That's then you're playing you're playing checkers. If that's smoke and mirrors, because that's a checker move. That a chess move would be no. Don't air that shit. That's the chess move.
Yeah, I'd say definitely don't air that. And we're out here. Yeah.
If you really did, like, no matter what direction you're coming from, whether you had something to do with it or you didn't, the chess move is don't air that part. Checkers, oh yeah, go ahead. That smoke and mirrors. That's the wrong. Listen, there's other things that you can create for smoke and mirrors. You don't.
Yeah.
This is not, because if anything, look what it did. It's more like a magnifying glass. It actually raised attention and awareness to, like, whoa,
what is this?
Why are we looking for him? Like, we're looking for his spirit.
I'm happy you brought this to my attention so I could approach it at a more calmer response.
I didn't see anybody talk. I didn't see anything about it from anybody.
Well, if I would have seen it, I probably would have went on a rant, and it wouldn't have been a good rant. And I'll try to stay humble and try to stay as peaceful as possible.
That's why I got on this morning, because I was like, is nobody? Because this was from yesterday. I figured somebody would have had a show last night. I think
they will now.
I
It'll
think
be a
plenty of
shit.
people had a show last night, but this morning I'm just like this. I can't sit
They'll
here
do.
and think about this shit all day because I'll be really like later on tonight. Oh shit! All that emotion
Oh
bottled
yeah, dude.
up. No, I had to do a show this morning. That's why I was like, "What are you doing, bro?"
You'll see shows. They'll probably approach it from the Spirit Talker one, and then they'll do a show about us talking about the Spirit Talker, and then they'll take certain keywords, chop it up, and talk about.
I don't listen. It's about it's listen. They could. I don't care. Whatever. Like they could do whatever. I'm not worried about that. Like
Oh no,
talk
I'm just.
talk about the deeper message. Talk about how you're looking for his damn spirit, like he's gone. Talk about that. Like you can sit there and chop up whatever you want, but if you're gonna chop it up, at least talk about you're looking.
Yeah, what the
Like why are we looking for his damn spirit?
yeah, the meaning behind it. Just like you said, instead of looking at the surface.
Spirit Talker app. There's other stuff too. I'll show you the photo of that. There's other stuff too. I'm not listen. Do your thing. You know what I mean? Do your thing. I don't give a shit because who knows? Listen. I'm not. But man, it's the your the family's co-signing. The family is co-signing. Okay, the family is co-signing.
Man, I want to say something, but this is not my channel. All I can say is poor Sebastian in so many ways.
Like we would be the ones that should come to the conclusion of looking for him like he's passed on, right? We should be the ones coming to that conclusion before the family. We should, independent people out there, whatever, not the family. So yes, it's concerning because it's like if the family's co-signing and they're signing off on it and they're cool with it, and like I said, you can go to the beginning of the show. I laid out the foundation. If I'm out there, I'm like, do whatever you want to do. Just don't air that shit because I don't want you to put out the message that listen, I also said if you came to me and were like, hey, can I do this? Do what you want. But am I going to be concerned? Is it going to hurt my heart that you have this approach like he's gone? It is. Because then I'm going to question like, okay, how much, like if you're out there searching like he's dead, I'm going to have to question like if I even want you around me, because that's not the energy I'm trying to have.
No, you got to stay positive so you can search and have the right approach.
That's a spoiled orange in a bowl of fruit, bro. Look, you could be the most beautiful lemon. You could be the most beautiful apple. You got a rotten piece of fruit chilling in that same bowl with you. Guess what? You're going to become it too. I don't want that energy. I don't want that energy. That's where it would hurt my heart. That's why I'm like, if I had somebody out there, I'd be like, look, dude, do whatever you want. You like ice cream, you like pancakes, you like waffles. I don't give a shit. Do you. But dude, number one, don't have that shit around me. I don't need that energy. Don't have that shit around me. I don't need to think that my child's not here until there's something to tell me that my child is not here, which there isn't.
No, there's no indicators at all.
And number two, don't. And it's just horrible. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just like, what are we? What is this? What are we doing? Like, I thought last week when I came back after that week and a half, I was like, what's going on? And like this morning, I'm just like, what the F is going on? Crabtree had the spirit stuff out there, but he was out there searching, showing people's license plates and all sorts of shit. Like, I don't know, man. Like, he's got a lot of good equipment, but I don't know about the equipment upstairs, man.
Oh, dude has great equipment.
Like, but upstairs, it's like, what's going on up there, bro? Like, you're not
Tweaker hunters.
Well, maybe that's why he got the boot from the other team.
Oh, no.
Because he used to work with them. And then he got the boot from them.
I mean,
because he's made up some shit.
Perspective. That'd be like, yeah. Sometimes whenever it was like, if I worked with like 5 different people and then all of a sudden you're kicked out of every party, I guess, or rodeo, I don't know. Sometimes you got to self-reflect.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying he got kicked from the other team because he ended up lying about.
I don't remember what he lied about. But.
I don't. We don't need to get into it, but
all I know is some people bring a very chill energy, one to search, and then other people will just bring out my bad side. I guess I don't know.
Well, I mean, you can even see some of the comments in other people's live streams.
No, I've seen the comments, dude.
Like
I have one
comments, the comment about Tony's headphones.
This one's more about in a different light.
He made this one about Tony's headphones, talking about how Seth's ass. He has them on because Seth's ass cheeks smack him and shit.
Yep, that was it.
Dude, it's like
he was talking about his dreadlocks, I think, or whatever they're called.
Yeah, the dreadlocks.
Yeah, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, I don't know. So it's like, I don't know. I just had to get on for a little bit because I'm like,
I get it.
I can't. I gotta talk about it now because otherwise it's just gonna be on my mind the whole damn day, and then I gotta wait until 6:30, 7 o'clock to then get on, and then it's gonna, it's like, no, we gotta talk about this because it's concerning. Like I said, I'm surprised nobody had a show on it last night or nobody was even talking about it this morning. So it's like, you know what? I'm going to talk about it. Maybe I'm just, maybe I'm thinking outfield or something, but I don't know. When I woke up and I saw this and then I put myself in that position, being out in the field, having one of my search team members come up to me, show me, ask me, do this, then do this, with the video. And then I'm like, okay, well, if that was the case and, and they accidentally did it, whatever, then I start thinking about all the other families and all the different cases. And then when I'm thinking about the different cases out there, and I'm like, I don't remember a parent ever searching like their child was passed. And that's when I'm like, okay, this is concerning. It's concerning. It's concerning because I know we all care. It's concerning because, again, what leads anybody to think or search or even allow that damn energy? Why would you want to invite this kind of energy like he's passed? Oh my gosh, man. You want to dance with the effing devil, bro? With your child as the consolation?
Pretty much if you gave up or you know the answer to something, those are only two reasons I could think of.
I couldn't even have that energy. I couldn't.
No, because at that point I'm giving up, like probably with everything.
I probably would have booted you from my team. I'm just being honest, because
Like we're gonna have to have a talk first.
no, it wouldn't be no talk. It's like, look, man, you already brought this energy. No. No, I'm not irate, KB.
It's a $5.95 app, something like that.
I'm not irate. I'm just like, they can play around this. Why would you invite that energy? Like, that's your.
Well, you got to think about the energy that's been there the entire time, too. I don't know.
I'm not irate. I know. I'm sure a lot of you guys are, because it's like I said, like when I came across it, and I put me there, and then I put this, and I'm like, and then at the end of it, I'm like, what other parents have ever searched, like, what other parents or search teams of the parents' direct team have ever searched like he's passed away? And I just went through my head, and I'm like, listen, I'm not perfect. I'm not going to remember everything. I went through my head, and I'm like, I don't remember one. I kept thinking Natalie Holloway,
Somebody.
the girls up in Cleveland that I keep referring to, like like nobody. They may have candles, and they may have tears, and they may be crying like they're past, but they're not bringing that energy. Even if you agree, you know how much of a piece of shit you would be, even if you agreed, like here in the background, you're at a vigil, and you're in the background, and you're telling your cohort, yeah, I don't think he's around anymore. I don't know. I'm just saying, and then you go up to the parent, and you're like, you hear all these other people saying, we're going to find him. We're going to find him. And then you're the asshole that comes up. Even if you agree, right, with that approach, even if you agree with that approach, you go up to a parent and be like, you know what? I wish we had more time. Unfortunately, I just don't think it's it. I think he's gone.
You're going to someone's going to lose control for a second. I guarantee you.
Bro,
in that aspect, you're getting, I won't let's say it on YouTube in that way, but, man, yeah, a smack. There's gonna be a lot of emotion.
So when you put yourself in that position, and you think about all the other, like I said, I'm sure there's a person out there that was searching for their missing loved one, not like somebody that committed the crime, but a person out there that was searching for their loved one. Like searching like they're passed away. Like, I'm just like, okay, maybe there is, but I'm racking my brain, and I can't think of any. You mix all that together, and I'm just like, who would sign off? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're out there with this person. Now, I'm not saying, I know this dude does the shows, because he's already done some of them already. The spirit stuff. Okay, whatever. Now, I don't know. I'm not saying the other people in the videos practice the shit, because I don't know. I don't hang out with them. You know what I mean? I don't know. So
yeah,
but I know this dude right here does, because he does shows about it. Okay. But for them to be out there, the family to be there to sign off and be cool with this, like, look, it's all of a statistic probability where you have to be realistic. Otherwise, you're going to go in traps. You're not going to see shit before it happens. You have to be realistic, But Man, when you're searching out there like that, and you're with the people, and
Yeah,
the
when you're with
people
them
are,
and you're signing off on it, in a sense.
because listen, CP wasn't hanging out in Crabtree's office while he's doing the spirit shit. You know, he wasn't hanging out on panel while he's doing the spirit shit. He wasn't doing, none of that. But when he's out there searching with them and the same time doing this, and if I'm not sitting there going, "Hey, man, like I'm the parent of this missing child. You need to respect my boundaries." And if this was a boundary, it obviously was respected because he was allowed to do it. He was allowed to record it. To tell somebody, "I didn't know it was being recorded." Bullshit. You can see the damn camera right there. Quit fucking lying. It was recorded. Obviously, this wasn't a boundary that got crossed. So yeah, just because nobody didn't come out and post on Facebook, "Yes, we think Sebastian has passed away," doesn't mean hello. This wasn't a boundary that was crossed, obviously. So that means it's okay. So if it's okay, well, then that means that, you know what, it's okay. We're going to put out the message that we're searching for the spirits to try and find Sebastian in a spot that's at the cemetery and retention pond that has been searched multiple billions of times. So to say that it was some kind of foot search to find something physical is a bunch of BS. Because, like I said, if you did find something, somebody came and put something and brought it back.
Yeah.
Okay? And if somebody did that, where's your sign of, come on. You're out there searching this. This is what you're out there searching. Because if it was a search to physically find something with Sebastian, it wouldn't even be here. It would have been somewhere farther away than this spot that you're looking at right here. This right here tells you that this was this kind of search because it wasn't 15 miles down the road. It wasn't 5 miles down the road. It wasn't in the woods above the house. It wasn't in any of these other locations. It was literally at the cemetery retention pond area, construction area. This kind of search. And that's why I'm like, well, there was no boundaries that were crossed. That must mean it's okay. That means that, you know what? Then it's cool that the message gets out there that we're searching for his spirit. And that's, if you did do something, that's not a very good move.
No.
And if you didn't do something, it's not a very good move. Even if it's distraction, it's not a very good move. That's why I said it's a checker move, not a chess move. Because this right here has no benefit considering the cost. You have to approach life in a cost-benefit scenario with every decision that you make. Is this decision going to cost me more, or is it going to benefit me more? Guess what? It helps you out in effing life when you break everything down in percentages. And when I'm looking at this, that's why it was so concerning to me when I woke up, because I'm like, I got to talk about this. Because to me, there is no benefit that outweighs the cost, even if it is smoke. Doesn't matter. What one benefit is there? I don't even know if there's one, except for promoting the Spirit Talker app on your Android and iPhone. What else is it promoting? What's the benefit? Now you have people like me And I'm sure a bunch of other people sitting there going, you're looking, you're searching like he's gone? And that hurts to the people that really truly care. Because as much as we have to keep that in the back of our mind to be realistic, at the same time, our spirit has to keep fighting like he's still here. Speaking of spirit, whole bunch of spirit talk. It's just, I don't know.
Well, you got to have hope.
What's the benefit? Like, seriously.
There's as far as being able to keep going, it's not gonna help in any way. There goes all your positive energy.
Jessica, I don't think so. If you paid attention, Jessica, and you can just go ahead and bounce, because I know you, if you don't even actually check. Not too many nice things have been said. And like I said, this ain't even one of these shows. When have I ever done a show about dude? I never have. And this isn't
But there's
even a
been
show. This
shows
isn't
about
even a
us.
show.
For
This
me,
isn't even a show about him. This is a show about the deeper level of what I'm talking about when it comes to what parent has an inner search team or signed off on their missing loved one being searched like they passed. It could have been Tim effing 2 walking around with the Spirit Talker app. It could have been Tim F2 walking around, and I would have said Tim F2 is part of the inner search team that is looking for Sebastian Rogers. What the hell is Tim effing 2? It don't matter who it is. That's why it's not a show about dude.
no, it's about
It's a
using the
show
app and
about
bringing
the
it.
deeper level.
Anyway, it just shows me that's the direction that they're going in their search. If you got to bring out the Spirit Talker app,
I hate
and
to
if,
see
if
it.
the parents on board with it, then they're on board with it. But it takes the search for Sebastian in that direction from their point of view.
And why? And that's
Exactly.
what makes somebody get to that point, especially a family member? What makes them get to that point where they're approaching the search for their loved one, and their inner team is approaching a search for their loved one that they're with looking for them like they passed? That is, like I said, if they were on my team, and I'm gonna be honest, and I'm saying it right here, like, if I'm looking for my daughter, and one of my inner search team members comes up to me and wants to search for her like she passed away, you better get the F away from me. You'd be lucky if I don't come after you. Seriously.
Oh, I know.
I'd be like, get that effing energy away from me, you know? Like, get. Mm-mm. 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 That's what it's about. It's not about any particular individual. So I don't know why somebody wants to come in and say that, but thank you. You showed me what I needed to do. And if you really watch their shows when it came to that, no, they haven't necessarily been so nice.
No, that
But I don't do shows on it. I could be one of those channels that sits there and does the shows, but I don't. It's about, listen, there's too many distractions that we have already. That's why I don't even have you guys sit around while I'm asking you to sit for an hour or two about hearing me complain about somebody saying this about me, and then I'm going to say this about them. And it's like, listen,
Enough
we
time for
all,
that.
no, we all have enough BS that goes on in our own personal lives. Why do we need to come on here and listen to more of it and be around more of it? It doesn't. Listen. Let's get to the facts. Let's scrape let's scrape off the top. Let's get to the bear. Let's get to it. Like, we're already missing time because unfortunate things happened to these people that we discuss already. We're already behind the 8 ball. We need to make up for lost time to help try and find these people. And there's no reason to add all that other extra stuff when it's like, look, let's just get to it. Let's just get to it. Oh, well, I don't know. I was going to go into more stuff, but I think we'll just, I don't know. I'm going to have to see. I might need a restart or something because, like,
Being funky.
yeah, like it won't even, is it showing my camera again or do I
No.
just
It has
disappear?
Has your name there. Or
Yeah,
DJ.
I just disappear. It's like, I don't understand it. I don't know. It's all acting wonky. So I think maybe there's like some kind of update or something with it. But I just wanted to hop on for a little bit this morning. We'll be back on later. But I just wanted to hop on and discuss it and get it off my chest and see, am I thinking outfield or is this like, no, like y'all are thinking too, like, no, this is not, what would, I don't know.
I mean, it's a good question.
It's concerning, man. It's concerning. Like, what would you do? Like,
If I was someone I loved and someone brought this out.
so one of your kids.
Yeah,
One of your kids is missing.
I'm gonna come up to you. What you doing? And then you're not even gonna be able to speak because I'm gonna take all my emotion out on you. That's gonna be it, probably. And I'm being, if I'm looking for my kid, come hell or high water, and you ain't putting that narrative in my head. That's just that's just coming from the way I feel. So you don't need that energy when you're searching.
No.
If you find that, then that's where we're at. But we don't. I mean, to stay positive and to have the energy to keep searching for someone that you love, it ain't gonna be good. I mean, you don't need that. Now, if you want to do it on your own without me knowing, don't make it public. That's on you. I don't, but to bring that to a parent and they're on board with it. I mean, they have to be on board with it because they know about it. They see you using it. It's on camera. So at that point, it makes me question what they got going on, what that parent is thinking.
Well,
or knows.
I mean, they were already talking. I mean, they had talked way in the beginning, if anybody, because I know that there's a lot of talk about how they've been talking hit and run recently, right?
Yeah,
but this narrative on that part of the family actually started way in the beginning. If anybody,
I remember something about it, and there was no signs in that area that would have even took place.
Right. Like that was a thing in the very beginning, and a lot of people don't remember, but I remember because that was one of the things that we were kind of in the very beginning of our searches in March. It was one of those things where it was like, yeah, they think that it might be a hit and run.
I remember that.
So I'm like looking around. I'm like, I just don't, like, there'd be something. You know what I mean? There'd be something, even if it's a tire squeal or just
other
something,
things.
man. There'd be something, dude. So that's when I was like, no, that just, I wasn't approaching it because I think it was maybe 2 weeks after we were there, we started hearing it about possibly hit and run. But that it was just like, no, I don't see how there would be something.
If it was something like that, then he would have been very close.
Yeah, he was pushing
And
it in the beginning. Yeah, so who knows? I don't know. But it's just like I don't know. It was just concerning, and I wanted to hop on for a little while this morning and talk about it.
well, it's concerning and it's disheartening, and then it makes you question
Yeah,
why they're taking it at that approach. Like it was just
yeah, yeah. Because I would have to see like a a bloody sock or something to go that route, bro, or something. Like I'd have to see something to then make it set. But still, at that point, hey, maybe she's still here. You still, yeah.
yeah. I'm not
It's
giving
hard.
it.
It's hard. It's hard for me to like keep my mouth. Like I just don't. I'm like trying to picture it in my mind and put myself there, and I'm getting angry about it. So I
Well,
don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I'm sure we'll talk about it more, but yeah, man. What do you think? I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, well, this is the thing with Mob. I don't know why I've been trying to reach out to him for a long time, trying to tell him to use the videos that we have because it'll actually show you the correct direction of all these cameras and where they were pointed right after Sebastian went missing. But when you're using Google,
Google's not gonna work.
dude, I even made a video about showing the differences in the Google compared to the real footage.
Plus, your footage at
And
that angle, that going in that area is crisp compared to
yeah,
that
so it's
funky
like,
angle.
yeah, so I don't, when it comes to I think he does a really good job with like the layover and like matching it up. And I've even used his suggestions on one of the cameras that should have, if what he is saying is true when it comes to the vehicle and where it's at, then there's a camera that we pointed out way back in April that should have caught whatever in that direction, because when I first went there, I was thinking number one, that he walked away because that's what we were told. And number two, I had to think of some other scenarios as well. And so while I'm there, I already started thinking about abduction because you look at what was there already, just completely vanished. It could be abduction. So there was different things going on in my mind when I first went there, and that's why I have to show up to these locations on location to experience the atmosphere and see everything in its totality, because that's when everything starts to filter when it comes to possibilities and scenarios and all of these different things. And so that was one of the cameras that I focused on in the beginning, not any of those that are discussed in that footage, but another camera. There's actually two other cameras that actually would have gotten really good stuff if somebody did abduct him. Especially one of them pointed at the T section there when it comes to Stafford and Kellen Lane. Now on Google, the camera is pointed towards the camper, but when you go to my footage that was taken just a couple weeks after he went missing, that camera in fact is in a different spot pointing into a different direction. And also it's giving you an image from 2023, not 2024. So the Google image you're getting is like July or something of 2023. We're talking spring of 2024. There can be some changes when it comes to what what properties would have been able, the direction of the camera, all those things. So, But I don't know. I reached out to him a few times, quite a long time ago, letting him know, like, look, there's no watermarks on my videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
It's
could use
all
it freely, even
right.
just
It's uploaded, it's for the community. It's to try and help find the answer quicker, you know?
yeah.
And
There's no
so,
catch.
yeah, there's nothing. I don't even strike the people that use it without permission. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even that way. Just like there's some other people like, I don't know, maybe we should ask him. I don't want him to strike me. I don't even strike the trolls.
Same.
So I don't know why people even put that narrative out there. It's just talking bad on me. But I don't even hit people that use my footage without permission because it's like, look, I could be a greedy ass and go slap a whole bunch of people for not doing what I do, highlighting links and channels and all that other stuff. I go way beyond what other people do when it comes to promoting other people. I have their stuff on screen and all sorts of different stuff while we're doing it. But that's the thing. That's why I don't put it behind a paywall. It's not behind you know what I'm saying? It's not behind like any kind of like catchy advertisement or something like that. There's nothing blocking the view of it. People can literally take it and use it for information to try and help in whatever they're doing, because whatever they're doing might be able to, you collab that with something else and something else. And next thing you know, the whole community is able to piece it together. And so that's why it's just always been about community, no matter what the footage is. It's just important because to me, I'm doing this to try and help find answers, to try and help find directions in the closest. The way that we get to it the closest is by doing it together and sharing.
More
Sharing
minds are
inform-
the more minds typically better than one.
yeah,
So
and
if we can all
each of
come
us
together in that aspect, that's great.
each of us have our own each of us have our own you know qualities and strengths and the things that we do really good, you know what I mean? And it's like I always said, like from the beginning, it's like a transformer. We all have different strengths and pieces and stuff that we can do, and we just put it all together and bam, we're knocking through truth and justice. Definitely go sub up if you're not subbed to Narcs. Here's his channel again. Trey at Narc Divers. Excuse me. I'm gonna hop off though. I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with StreamYard too.
They probably did an update or something, like you said, or
Hopefully.
or the connection timed out, or something funky.
I don't know, but it might.
That is weird. Now it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll be back later tonight. Oop, hold on 1 second. I got some contribution call outs here to call out before we go. Give me 1 second. I want to say contribution call out Mama 5 with the $2 super chat. Thank you, CJ, and thank you for your contribution. Danny D, member for 3 months. I'm so glad that you guys are able to. I know some with what YouTube did to me a week or so ago. It's messed up. It's not the way it was before, but I'm just glad that some people were able to at least keep the reoccurring, because I know there was some people during that whole thing that happened with YouTube that unfortunately their number has to start over when it comes to, and a lot of people, they take pride in that.
Yeah, that shows their support. They can be like, look, this is how long I've been supporting you.
Yeah, so it's one of those. I apologize. Beach Bell 9.99 super chat. Thank you, CJ and team, for always being 150. Thank you all for always being 150 as well, because it's a teamwork thing. I couldn't do what I'm doing without you. I know he couldn't do what he's doing without all of you. It's a community recycle of love. We take the love that you give us, we in turn give that to a community, and we hope that that community in turn gives that to the another community, and it's just the recycle of love. So really, thank you all for all that you do, because we couldn't do it without you. Thank you, Trey, for hopping
Thanks,
up.
man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Takes an army.
And, it does, that's for sure. And let me know what you all think about this.
Yeah, I'm interested. Just you don't have to agree with us at all, but just I'm interested to see what everybody has to say. Just their honest opinion.
We'll have to talk about it some more tonight and see what you all think. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Please be safe. Enjoy your day, and we will see y'all later this evening. Thank you all. Appreciate you.
Okay over there? Is your victim at the hospital? Someone shot there. Alright, do you need us to take pictures of the, is it domestic related? She's calling back. We're going to try to give her a call again, and then she just added another phone number to the 13-year-old grandson, who's possibly with the daughter. What was this?
2412.
I'd like to comment to the name of the female that is not communication. She's the worst communication. You're checking 12 check someone else. First number. 10-4.